All right, we are live. Sorry it took a couple of extra minutes. Had to get a couple of things squared away, but we're good to go now. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. My name is Tyson. I'm your video journalist with Construction Business TV in the East Idaho area. If this is your first time checking this out, CBTV Idaho is a YouTube-based or an online-based, because we're on Facebook now as well, online-based news platform dedicated to keeping you up to date on all the construction news and development news that is happening in your local area. I cover the East Idaho Falls Valley region. So we have a couple of great, I'm going to double check, make sure we're going streaming. We're doing good, it looks like, and we got sound good. We got a couple of really great stories that we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about a new development that is in the works. The City Council is discussing this development that is happening for this plot of land for the Pancheri. I'm local, I know. I swear I am. Pancheri East Bank. So this plot of land, just as 17th becomes Pancheri, on the east bank of the river between the river and the Northgate Mile, Yellowstone, that plot of land. There's some plans in the works for that land, and we're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about the I-86, I-15 Interchange project in Pocatello, as well as the Idaho School bond, and where it currently is in its failed status that we are all very interested in here in the Idaho Falls area. So, again, my name is Tyson, and I am your video journalist for Construction Business TV. Let's first of all hit a local construction job post lead. We got a big one because it's coming from your friends at the INL. So the Idaho National Laboratory has an immediate need to fill 4 different job positions. All these positions are local to Idaho Falls. They are all full-time. They're all entry-level to mid-level experience, and they offer a salary, wait for it, they offer a salary of $60 an hour. Have not seen that before. So $60 an hour. We have safety professional. We have construction quality engineer. We have nuclear fitter or a welder, craft foreman, and we have fabrication supervisors. So the link is in the description below this video. You can follow that link to find more information on any of these 4 positions, as well as how to apply for them and get that $60 an hour job. All right, let's hit story number 1, which is the Idaho Falls School bond. So Idaho Falls School District, their $250 million bond issue, which is the largest to ever make it onto an Idaho ballot. It failed last Tuesday when only 58% of voters approved the measure, well short of the required 66.67 supermajority. The record-breaking bond would have funded construction of a new Idaho Falls High School, 2 elementary schools, and extensive upgrades to Skyline High School. It's the 3rd time since 2017 that Idaho Falls property owners have rejected the district's requests for facilities funding. District leaders said the new schools would have addressed overcrowding issues. Sunnyside Elementary is at 145% capacity, and Idaho Falls High School is at 141% capacity. Upgrades to Skyline High revolve around a range of safety concerns and other improvements. So officials have said that if the bond did not pass, which it didn't, they may have to resort to year-round school or split sessions to accommodate all the students. In his statement, Shrink said that the district would analyze the facilities options available to us and seek to address the growth of our community as it relates to our families and their educational needs. By way of construction news, voters did approve a $1.5 million request for construction cost savings and interest earnings from the proceeds of a previously approved $30.5 million in bonds for updates on repairing, renovating, remodeling, equipping, and furnishing other existing schools and facilities. The measure required a supermajority, the 66.67% that we talked about, and surpassed the benchmark with 75% approval. Wolstenholme said he was especially appreciative of voter support in light of a really interesting economic climate that we live in right now. Inflation and rising property values put pressure on families, so I really didn't know what to expect going into this. This was his quotes. So Wolstenholme did note that the levy's 58% pass rate is one of the lowest the district has seen, which will likely reflect financial hardship families may be facing. So I have a link in the description below. This is only a little excerpt as it relates to construction news from this article that I've taken this information from. The full article is in a link in the description below the video. All right, before we get to story number 2, I just want to say that if you find value in the news that I provide for you every week, make sure you hit the like button below the video and subscribe to Construction Business TV on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook as well. Story number 2 is the I-86/I-15 Interchange project that is going on in Pocatello. I'm just checking real quick on Facebook and YouTube. Construction crews are making solid progress on the I-86 I-15 system interchange project in the Pocatello-Chubbuck metropolitan area. The joint ventures of Sant Cannon is serving as the general contractor on the project. Crews recently began pile driving piers for the new bridges, a significant milestone on the massive $111 million project in the beginning of November. The old interchange was built in the mid-1960s, and the aging and obsolete bridges need to be replaced. In addition, Pocatello and Chubbuck have grown significantly to the north of I-86 and east of I-15, resulting in more congestion on the interchange. Chubbuck Road Overpass has been closed since August. The project, hold on one sec, actually while I'm thinking about it, I've actually got, here we go, a little bit of another screen for you to take a look at so that you don't have to look at me so much. So the project consists of the removal of the existing bridges, excavating new embankments, and creating bridges for I-15 to pass over Chubbuck Road. The final Chubbuck Road design will be easier and safer to navigate for motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians. In October, the lowering of the ramp for westbound traffic from northbound I-15 to I-86 was completed, and work on building the new bridges commenced. Temporary barriers were put in place at multiple locations, and crews prepared lane stripping as traffic was shifted away from work areas. One safety innovation that was implemented was the use of a conveyor belt system to move earth fill from one area of the project to another. The conveyor allows crews to move material without using trucks entering and exiting the interstate. That makes for a safer work zone for drivers and work crews. Over the next several weeks, cranes were brought in to begin filling shafts for new bridge piers. Excavators and other earth-moving equipment also were working in multiple areas to reprofile the land. Throughout the work zone, water trucks were utilized to keep the dust down. Inspectors and engineers, were also on site daily, ensuring safety and compliance with designs. The project was partially funded by the Transportation Expansion and Congestion Mitigation Funds as part of Governor Little's Leading Idaho initiative. The full article can be found in the links in the description below this video. All right, before I hit story number 3, I want to point your attention again to my Idaho Falls Auditorium series playlist on YouTube. We're fast approaching the end of this. We're actually going to be doing our final episode of the Idaho Falls Mountain America series next week. Next Tuesday, you're going to see the final episode. I believe it's episode 16 or 17. And then the grand opening is going to be happening on the 28th of November. It is open to the public. If you want more information on this, you can follow the Mountain America Event Center's website or their Facebook page. With that, let's hit story number 3. So story number 3, I teased it a little bit in the thumbnail of this video, but developments are in the works for the Pancheri East Bank section of land, as you can see right here. The developer, Sentinel Properties, or its successor or assignee, is planning to construct a hotel with 90 rooms on the parcel presently occupied by the former King B. Jerry manufacturing plant at 1740 South Yellowstone Highway. The parcel is east and adjacent to the Snake River and south of Pancheri Drive and Candlewood Suites. The developer estimates the cost to construct and furnish the hotel on the parcel will be approximately $16 million and will be completed by the end of 2025. The development costs include the demolition of the manufacturing facility, which has been vacant since 2015, and improvements to the publicly owned Riverwalk adjacent to the Pancheri East Bank project area. The developer presently owns the site, roughly 4 acres, proposed for the hotel. So to be able to financially complete this project, the developer has requested the assistance of IFRA to fund through reimbursement potentially eligible costs for certain public infrastructure improvements, including demolition, environmental remediation, site development, and the Riverwalk improvements. This construction will be initially funded by the developer and through the parameters obtained in a to be negotiated owner participation agreement, reimbursement by the agency from increment tax revenues generated by the hotel. Hold on one sec. Here we go. Here's a little bit of a map out for you. So if the hotel project is not completed or generates less revenue than anticipated, the reimbursement, if any, will also be curtailed. In addition to the hotel project, discussions with other private property owners have indicated an interest in construction of a small office or retail building and eventually a restaurant in the study area. It is estimated that these projects will have a value of approximately $3 million and will be constructed in the middle years of the life of the revenue allocation area. So the full notes on this can actually be found in the Idaho Falls City Council meeting minutes from a recent City Council meeting. A link is in the description below this video. And that is actually going to conclude this week's edition of Construction Business TV in the Idaho Falls area. My name is Tyson and I'm your video journalist for Construction Business TV Idaho. If you found this information helpful at all, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you have any questions about anything that I covered, or if you have any questions about anything that is going on in your area that you would love to get more information on construction or development wise, make sure you leave comments below this video and make sure you subscribe to Construction Business TV on YouTube. Very much appreciate the support from everybody who has to this point. Thank you guys again so much for your time.